Hello, everyone. This is the weekly review for Model United Nations from February 1st to February 5th. We began the week with a writing prompt that referenced a Dag Hammarskjöld quote, and we had to connect that quote to our current examination of the United Nations relevancy. We continue working on analyzing two readings that presented two differing perspectives on the relevancy of the United Nations. We abbreviated them as Think Again and Barely Politics. Students were asked to list three of the arguments that each author presented to support their claims about the UN's relevancy or their claim that the UN was no longer relevant. We had our first and the school's second snow day of the year on Tuesday. We worked on examining various methods of historical inquiry. We looked at 9 different methods, put them in our own words, and then thought about which methods would be practical to use in our current research of the United Nations. Our 4-class focus continued on perseverance, trying even when things are difficult. And then at the end of the week, we conducted an exit ticket that reflected our learning, both the learning of the goals that we are working on in class, as well as being able to persevere. I introduced and people began working on the level 2 formative assessment for developing a position. Students were asked to find and choose their own varying sources to compare. I also provided a list or a document that had links with various sources that they could choose from, and they also were welcome to find their own. And again, in this case, similar to the previous formative assessment, students were asked to list the arguments, and in this case, express their agreement or disagreement with the arguments that the authors presented. We analyzed a writing prompt that considered a General Assembly resolution and discussed the effectiveness of the revolution. In this case, it was basically the United Nations impact or working against and prevention of the global drug trade. And this reinforced our continued debate about the relevance of the United Nations. What's coming up next? We will continue to work on level formatives for both indicators we are working on, both developing a position and using methods of inquiry. And again, this is all working towards a final product that will express the student's opinion about the relevancy of the United Nations. That's it for now. Take care.